forgive us our wrongs. He hath not dealt with us after our sins, nor rewarded us according to our iniquities. For as the heaven is high above the earth, so great is his mercy toward them that fear him. As far as the east is from the west, so far hath he removed our transgressions for us. Enter into his gates with thanksgiving, and into his courts with praise. Be thankful unto the Almighty, and bless his holy name. For the Lord Hashem is good, his mercy is everlasting, and his truth endured to all generations. In the book of Exodus, we see how cruel the Pharaoh was, and how merciful the Lord Almighty is. The Pharaoh with a hardened heart saw that the children of Israel were multiplying, and they were happy and joyful and successful, and he envied them in his heart. And because of this, he decided to inflict pain and suffering upon these innocent people. He even went ahead to, because of the hardening of his heart was so hardened and evil at this point that he even decided to afflict them with pain and even kill them and their children. My friends, what kind of an evil person, can do these things? And yet, look how merciful God was to Pharaoh and his kingdom. God did not immediately destroy Pharaoh, because if it was me or any other man and we saw our brother suffering, we would take revenge immediately, because we're humans. We're just sinners. But look how merciful God is, that he did not destroy Pharaoh immediately. And he preserved Moses. He preserves those who trust in him and their children from one generation to the next. But God Almighty, Hashem, he did not immediately destroy Pharaoh. First, he gave Pharaoh one warning. Then he gave Pharaoh more warnings. It was a process. He was trying to convince Pharaoh and to soften his heart. That look, I am a merciful God, and I am the only God that there is. There is none other besides me. Therefore let my people go. If you don't want to believe in me, that is okay, but do not inflict pain on these innocent people. God was not seeking worship from the Pharaoh. He was not even seeking he was only seeking that these innocent people who were entrapped into captivity by the evil Pharaoh, because of his hardened heart, be freed. God was so merciful to the children of Israel. He led them out of Egypt, out of captivity, out of bondage, enslavement, and he gave them manna from heaven to eat. He gave them water from rocks to drink. he gave them the direction that they should follow. Moses was protected by Hashem the whole duration. And we look at how many times did Pharaoh harden his heart. He accused the Lord God. He even accused the prophet Moses of sorcery. When we know, friends, that no sorcerer can ever outmatch the power of God. In fact, sorcerers and their magical powers are an abomination because they're just the works of men, evil men. And Pharaoh, in his hardened heart, would not hearken unto the voice of the Lord, who said, "Let my innocent people go out of captivity. Let my innocent people pray to me. And if you will also not harden your heart, but listen to me, I will also spare you." With the evil Pharaoh, a heathen who trusted in magical powers and sorceries, who trusted in his false gods, would not hearken to the voice of the Lord God, Hashem, the God of Israel, who sent his only begotten Son, Jesus Christ, 2,000 years ago, to atone for the sins of men, that any who shall believe in him shall not perish, but have life everlasting. But all of us, with our hardened hearts, have not realized the mercy of God. We have not been listening to him. We're just walking blindly into sins, living our lives daily for our own desires, not being willing to follow the commandments that God gave us for our own benefit. These are the only commandments that God gave us, is to trust in him, love him, and love our neighbors. These are simple commandments that he gave us so that we may dwell peacefully with each other and live peacefully in harmony with each other. But nowadays, most people think that they know what is right, that they are all knowing themselves, that they can do everything themselves. My friends, if it was not for the mercy of God, the divine mercy of Jesus Christ, we could not do anything. For he gave us bread from heaven to eat, and he gave us rain and sunshine, so that we may grow our crops and eat food. And he gave us air to breathe, and he covers us with his wings. In his shadow we are protected. Let us reconsider where we're going, and let us consider the thoughts of our heart. Have we hardened our hearts against our own neighbors? Wars, what do you think wars break out? Wars are breaking out because people have lost the fear of God and they have hardened their hearts against their own neighbors. Instead of realizing that all humanity, even if you're any religion in the world, they're all brothers. The only thing that separates a Gentile from a non-Gentile is that a Gentile has a hardened heart. He will not be willing to trust in the mercy of God. He is not willing to do that which is right. He just wants to trust in his sorceries and his magical powers. Or even worse, he believes in nothing beyond the physical senses. And he just lives for his desires. He doesn't care if any of his neighbors are in need. He doesn't care if anybody else needs his help. He only cares about himself. He lives his life for himself, for his desires, to satisfy the pleasures of the